So we have, let's put the microphone a little bit closer. So this is the DJI Flight Simulator. So I had no idea this existed, and just stumbled across it. And unfortunately, they haven't got the DJI Mavic Mini yet, but they have got the Spark. So that's probably the closest sort of comparison to the Mavic Mini. So let's take it for a flight. So let's take it for a flight. We can go to different places. So we can go to a farm, the hangar. So you can fly around a hangar apparently. Through a city, an island, mountain. That's locked at the moment. Oh, this is the free version I'm using at the moment. So to be honest, there are different maps, obviously. But what we'll do is we'll go to the island to start off with, and you've got a few different points that you can take off on. Let's go point 4, and yeah, you can basically practice. So at the moment in the UK, it's about 60 mile an hour gusts and sort of constant sort of 35, 40 mile an hour winds at the moment this evening. So basically, this is kind of a cool little workaround, really. So I've plugged my DJI Mavic Mini controller into my PC. So you hold it down as you would take off normally, and we have a. Bring it closer to me. Ooh, there it is. Yeah. So basically, you've got. It's really bizarre how you actually. It feels like it should. It's amazing, really. So just to get some practice, really, you know, just to get the feel of how they work. I mean, I've only done a couple of kilometres so far of flight time in total, but I've been doing slow, like cinematic sort of thing, or hovering, taking video for a photo shoot and stuff like that. So I've been utilising it differently. So we can go into the hand controller. Obviously it's not the right controller, but it means we can see on the map and everything where things are. We can fly it as you'd see it. And do you know what? I was really quite impressed. You know, it's in positioning mode at the moment. I think you can change it to, is it V? Yeah, so we've got sport mode now. So it's quite a bit faster. You can bring it down. So basically, it just gives you a bit of practice time. So if you want to learn how to fly these things a bit more, I don't know, confidently, I suppose, without actually risking your drone. And for me, you know, the weather's rubbish at the moment, and you can even move the gimbal up and down. So you know, it's working as it should. It's really cool. I mean, it's showing a 90% battery, so I'm not sure what happens if it if you basically run out of battery, but you can crash it. So if I find a tree, let's try and crash into a tree. There we go, into a tree. It crashes, but then it just respawns back from where you kind of started off before you crashed. So it's a bit of fun, but you know, this isn't the Mavic Mini, obviously, and it feels a bit different. It doesn't feel like anything, but you know, you can you know, adjust things and do what you need to, really. So the camera view is quite, that one there is quite a good, so it gives you a real kind of feel on what. We've got an attitude mode at the moment, so it just carries on drifting. So if we go to positioning mode, there we go, it holds its position. So I can now fly between those trees, for example. And you know, it's kind of cool. I don't know, it's something I didn't even know existed. And you know, it's one of those things. There's wind as well, so you can hear the propellers are struggling a little bit, so the wind's trying to blow me around a bit. But you know, you can literally just do what you would normally do while flying. You know, graphics art on this is, and for a free simulator, it's pretty good. You know, I'm running a high-end PC, so this is everything at max. It's not struggling at all to run it. No trouble at all. It's running at 60 frames per second quite happily. But yeah, no, I mean, what a basically just a cool thing just to have a little bit of practice when the weather's rubbish. And it's really annoying because you know, anybody else who does fly a drone, it's quite addictive. You know, you just want to be out. You know, and as a photographer, you just want to be out, trying to be creative with your videos and things like that. So it's one of those moments of, you know, you want to try and get out there, you know, as much as you can and try and fly these things. But you know, it's one of those moments of, you know, unfortunately today I can't because the weather is ridiculous. I wouldn't take any drone up in it. It doesn't matter if it's the Mini or any of the bigger ones. But you know, so we're just going to fly back now quickly. This is only just a short video, just so you can kind of get the gist around of it. It's so cool, and it really does feel like you're flying it. That's the weird thing. It's that well done. I mean, I imagine how they've done it is using proper data. You know, so I'm going to hold it there. As you can see there, there's my bloke in the controller. And you can see with the H in the distance. That's why it's quite handy to actually have a helicopter pad, which I've now actually got. I've got a bright orange one, so it does give you something to sort of look out for on the screen if you're flying back towards home as such. But if you actually hold down the return to home button, and now it will actually start flying back to home like it does, you know, in real world kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. So if you can't be asked to fly back, so this is now flying back. It's going to go up to a height above the tree, so it's got no troubles, and it'll fly over. Let's have a different view. There we go. And it'll come into land. So there we go. So there you go, you can land it as in wish, and then all you do is to take off. I mean, because I'm not using the right controller really for this, it should, in the Mavic Mini, if this was actually, hopefully they're updated and actually add it, but you can still take off manually by pulling your sticks down and inwards at the same time, and you can just take off again. There you go. That's what happens if you crash into yourself. Should we try? But anyway, so yeah, I mean, what a brilliant bit of software just to allow you to practice a bit, you know, when you can't get out yourself, or if you're thinking about getting a drone. You know, you just have to get an account, which is free, and you can just log in. As long as you can log in, you can download the free one. There is the enterprise version, which you pay for, which is obviously designed for training people to use drones before they actually start using these, you know. Especially the bigger ones, which are obviously a lot more expensive. But you know, it's just a case of having a bit of play and having a go really. And it's just nice to get out, you know, in the virtual world as well as the real world, just to kind of practice. You know, just to judge small spaces and, you know, things like that. So it's just a case of, I just thought I'd have a little show you. You know, like I say, I didn't even know it existed, so I just found out today that it does. So just stumbled across it, and that was it. So anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe and click notification the little notification bell as well. And obviously, if you're looking at the DJI stuff, but obviously I'm mostly a photographer. I bought the Mavic Mini to allow me to do some simple sort of cinematic shots when I'm out shooting, and also if you watch one of my latest videos, you'll see it in use just hovering above the location where we were. I just put the controller down, leave the drone there hovering, then move it around occasionally, just so you can see what's going on, just a different view really, and then take the odd photo with it as well. But brilliant bit of kit. The fact it's tiny, you know, fits in bags and stuff very happily, and the flight time's good. But hopefully they'll update this software soon and add the Mavic Mini to it. So, there we go. That's it. I'll see you soon.